All my life, you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down.
Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm here with Laura and Brittany today, and we are going to be filming a Halloween DIY party where we came up with 3 unique DIY costumes. I'm really stoked on my costume. And by the way, no DIYs ever work for me, and this one turned out so good. So I'm really stoked on it. And also in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 really easy treats to make for a DIY party or just a party in general. Literally, they're so easy and so affordable. So I'm excited about that. And then in Brittany's channel, she's going to be sharing with you how she made her costume as SpongeBob, and she's also going to show you how to decorate your house for a Halloween party and do like a fortune teller's table and all that kind of stuff. And then Laura is going to be sharing with us how to be a grape, a bunch of grapes. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. So yeah, that, and she's also gonna be sharing with us some Halloween activities to do at your party. So if you guys are excited for Halloween, please give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm gonna have their videos linked down below. By the way, check them out at the end. Okay, bye. Starting off with the DIY Donut Queen costume, I'm going to be sharing with you how I made my donut crown. So I started off with the tops of some paper boxes, so just the lids, and I used a blush stick to trace a circle on the top to make for the donut hole, and then I just used an X-Acto knife to cut that out. When you're using an X-Acto knife, be really careful though. I definitely did cut my thumb, so just be really slow and careful. I basically just took it and punched it through a whole bunch of times until the circle came loose, and it definitely doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to be covering it with felt anyways. Once you have these circles cut out of the middle, go ahead and take your felt and just use these circles to trace onto the felt. This is going to be your icing, so you can use any color you like. I just chose pink because I love pink and it's a classic donut color. Go ahead and do that for all of them, and you also want to trace the inside of the circle as well, and then you'll end up with these somewhat looking shapes. And then you just want to take your scissors and cut along the edges to make them a little bit more smooth and rounder. You can do like in and out to make them more icing like. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can see me doing it in the video. And make sure you do that to all of your donuts, and then you're just going to take your hot glue gun and glue those down. Moving on to the sprinkles, you can go about this a whole bunch of different ways, but the way I did it was I applied some Mod Podge onto the felt, and then I just actually used real sprinkles and pressed those down, kind of poured them on like you would a regular donut if you were making it. Press it down, and I also used the box part of the lid that we're using here to press them down, and then you just want to let that dry completely because they are going to be very loose for a little bit. And then once they are all done, I did go over top of the sprinkles a little bit with the Mod Podge. This gives it a little bit of a shine and a gloss, and it's very difficult. You have to do it very delicately, but once they are all completely dry, go ahead and take a hairband that matches your hair color and just glue them to the top. I did 3, so I made sure that they were, even, and then glue the side of the donut and the bottom so they all attach perfectly together. And once you have completed all those steps, this is what your donut crown should look like, and just be really careful with it because it is going to be a delicate piece. And moving on to my donut wand, which was pretty much the same thing, however it was a little bit different because I used a styrofoam little circle. So I just took another round object and then started cutting it out. This one was way more difficult to cut out. The styrofoam is kind of hard to work with, but just be careful, maybe use scissors. I started off with an X-Acto knife and then went to town with my scissors, and you just want to pop out the center. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to be painting it and covering it up anyway, so don't be too hard on yourself. It's not that even because styrofoam is really hard to work with. And then I just took a cinnamon brown color that I thought resembled a donut and painted the entire donut, and you can totally do the design on both sides. I didn't have enough felt to do that, so I just stuck to one side, but you do want to make sure you paint everything and the middle part as well. As you can see here, I did test with some pink paint to see if it would look okay on the donut, but I figured that I would just continue with the 3D effect by using the felt, so I went ahead and cut out some felt for this one and glued it down with my hot glue gun, and then just taking a wooden stick, I tied 2 pink ribbons on either side of it just to make it a little bit more magical. You can definitely paint the wooden stick if you want to. I didn't bother because I like the look of it with the donut. And then to attach the stick to the styrofoam, I basically kept twisting and turning to make a hole in the styrofoam, and then I just applied some hot glue into the hole and put the stick back in. You want to keep pressing it in and pushing it in so the glue hardens at a good, spot on the stick, and let that cool down so it's completely dry. And then moving on to the sprinkles, I did the big donut in patches just the same way I did the crown, but I did it in smaller sections so I could actually focus on one little area and make sure there's enough sprinkles. But yeah, basically just did that, and this is how I pressed it down with the box, and that is all I did for the wand. Moving on, I wanted to share with you a makeup look idea for this costume, and so I wanted to show you how I created sprinkle lips. I started off with my face paint that I already had and took a purpley pink color and just put that all over my lips and let that completely dry. You want to make sure that is absolutely dry to the touch before you move on to the sprinkles. And then I'm just using a small angled eyeliner brush and taking all different types of colors, from pinks to blues to purples to reds, basically just copying the colors of the sprinkles that I have on my crown and my wand, and I did little dots, and that is what the sprinkle lips look like. And this is the completed costume. I did take an iron transfer page and put that onto my tank top with a donut. So that basically is the only other costume piece that I didn't show. And then I just added a tutu, and I just wore Converse and a long white skirt. And this is the completed costume. And I think it's so cute and so girly for Halloween. So for the popcorn Halloween mix, all you're gonna need is a big bowl of popcorn, some melted chocolate, some candy corn, some crushed Oreos that don't look very cute right now, and some Halloween sprinkles. So all you're gonna do is melt your chocolate and then just start drizzling that over the popcorn, and you do want to shake up your popcorn bin to make sure that the chocolate gets on quite a few pieces. It's really hard to do this in a bucket, but if you have a wider bowl, it'll be much easier. And basically just drizzle that until it is completely on, and then you want to go ahead and sprinkle your crushed Oreos, or you can really use whatever treats you want. I think having the candy corn is a really good idea because it's super colorful and it's really festive, and it tastes pretty good with the Oreos and the popcorn and the chocolate, not gonna lie. And the last step is to just top it with some sprinkles, so I just used some Halloween orange and purple sprinkles and finished it off. This is such a great thing to bring to parties because it's so inexpensive and it literally takes maybe 5 minutes to make, and everyone at your party is going to love it. Trust me, it tastes so good. We definitely ate most of it. This next little treat is another really easy one. All you're gonna need is Reese mini cups flipped over and some stick pretzels. Go ahead and stick these pretzel sticks into the Reese cups and you have some witch's brooms. This is so fast and easy, and it really decorates a other plate if you have more than just these on it. I added them to a plate with Brittany's sugar cookies and they looked so cute and really festive, and it's just another nice, quick and easy thing to have out on your table. Now, if you are going as a donut queen, you obviously need to bring donuts, so I started off with these fake teeth and googly eyes that are edible from the dollar store. Then I just put the teeth into the hole of the donut with really clean hands, obviously, and you just want to stick those into the middle of the donuts. And yeah, make sure the teeth are going the right way. I messed that up when I first put it in. And then you just want to take the eyes and put those on the donuts as well, making a little monster creepy face. And you can use 2 eyes or you can use 1 to make it more of a monster, but this is what they should look like when you are finished. Again, super easy and really creepy. And the teeth are really fun to play with once you're done eating. We definitely had fun with that.
That's so terrifying.
So much spit.
That about completes our DIY Donut Queen costume, along with some easy DIY treats for our Halloween party. If you do end up going as the Donut Queen, make sure you send me pictures on Twitter and Instagram because I would absolutely love to see.
So that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you check out their videos, which will be linked down below, and subscribe to their channels. And if you're coming from one of their channels, hello, it's nice to meet you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it's down there. And yeah, I will see you lovelies in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!
Bye.
Bye!